Grand day, amazing souls. How are you feeling? So today, I'm sitting in my room going through, my TikTok pages because I have two, and just really immersing in all there is and just being appreciative and grateful, right? And this question came to me, and the question was, what is your level of consciousness? And I said, whoa, 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 where we going with this source? And so it's like, we'll make a video about it. And I started going through my level of consciousness, right? Seeing all of the things and ideas and situations that I am aligned to and aligned with, right? Because truly, what we believe, that is what will be manifested, right? And I was just going through certain situations and I'm just like, wow, like I am amazed at my level of consciousness because I haven't always been here. It took me a long, long, long time to get here and two or three of spiritual awakenings, right? And a whole move to a whole different state. So a lot has transpired in these what is it in this transformation, right? Within this transformation. And I just really wanted, y'all to question. I question everything. I said this in a prior video. I question everything, right? And I will urge you to do some journaling with this question. What is my level of consciousness? Because the thing is, at the end of the day, like I just said, what we believe, we co create. So let's go through a couple of examples, right? Do you believe that something outside of you exists? Do you believe that you can have communication with anything and everything around you? Do you believe that you are worthy of that relationship, that car, that dream house? Do you believe that the universe always works in your favor? Do you believe in synchronicities, right? And these are just some starter questions. However, I dare you to go deeper with them and really find out and be honest with yourself about your beliefs, because guess what? They're yours and no one can change these beliefs but you, right? Nothing is stagnant in this universe. Always remember that just because you believe something at one point does not mean it have to dictate your whole existence, right? Be flexible in where you stand because, like I said, they teach you this in science. Nothing, no kind of energy stands still. And remember, everything is comprised of energy, frequency, and vibration. And remember, they also taught us that energy does not die. So, with that being said, right, we understand on some level that we can change our beliefs, we can change our thoughts, we can change the way we feel about things. And this is what is meant by the level of consciousness, right? We are conscious beings, period. We understand that we have this life and we live this life, and life is what it is. Because I can say that life is fucking amazing. I'm serious. Like, even, you know, I've come to a place in the space where I'm like, things will happen. And just yesterday, I had two instances, and I noticed how my my brain, right? My brain tried to get me to get emotional and get upset. And I was like, I paused. I said, wait a minute, something ain't right here. Because I haven't been in this frequency in a while. And I really thought about it. I said, wait a minute, why the hell would I allow this situation to change my emotions? And this is where I became emotionally intelligent. This is what we call emotional intelligence, right? You're aware of how you're feeling. You're aware that you don't allow anything and no one to change the way that you feel. It don't matter what's going on. Like this rising, I got up at 5 something, and this energy tried to come at me saying I owed this money. And I called the people and I said, hey, you know, didn't I discontinue me getting e-bills? And they said, yeah, but you still owe. And I said, well, until I receive a bill, then you know, we'll go with that. But until then, you cut me off, and that is your ass, Mr. Postman. You know, and this is what I'm saying. And it's not about being arrogant. It's about being emotionally intelligent and knowing your rights. I had posted this on my TikTok page just yesterday, and it was talking about your rights. Rights are privileges once we adapt to them being rights, right? And basically, what it's saying is if you have the right to something or to do something, right? And at any will, someone can take it away from you, then it becomes a privilege. And this is not a fucking privilege for me. You know what I'm saying? This is a personal right of mine, and you can FAFO. That's where I'm at with it, right? And I already contacted some people because something happened last month, and I didn't get upset. I said, okay, I'm going to play this game with y'all. And that's where I'm at with it. And we have to remember that life is a game. If we choose to look at it like that, right? I used to take things so serious, so serious. And now I'm at a place in the space where I'm like, you know, I choose to play this game called life. Remember, it was a board game called Life, and it was a board game called I don't remember the game, but Monopoly and checkers and chess. It's all that in the one. And if you get the concept of one, you'll get the concept of them all, right? It's a game, and there are rules to games. And just like with the not the Supreme Court system, right? Um, they have rules as well, and they play by the rules of commerce, while the Supreme Court plays the game of law. So it's like, what game do you choose to play? Are you aware? The level of consciousness, once again, are you aware of the game that you're playing? Because let me tell you, most, most, there are some individuals who will get you all emotional and know exactly what they're doing. So, with that being said, really go deep into some inner work, and I coach on this, right? I do coaching for this type of thing where individuals have an issue, have a problem. I say, hey, come to me. Let's heal that. Let's work on that, right? Let's go deep into that because I am to get into the core of things. I don't want to mask anything because it can come back. But when we get to the core of it, it has freedom to flourish and to transform and to be all those beautiful things. So, if you haven't heard it today, I love you. I love me. I love us. I love we. Peace. Have an amazing rest of your day on purpose, beautiful souls.